Have you ever walked into a room and quietly noticed a woman who didn't shout for attention, yet somehow all eyes were on her? It's not always her outfit or her makeup. It's something subtler, something deeper. It's presence. And more often than not, it's the colors she wears that speak first. Welcome to a space made just for you. Here we honor the beauty, strength, and wisdom of women over 60. This chapter of life is not about slowing down. It's about blooming in new, powerful ways. Whether it's health style, purpose, or joy, we're here to inspire and support you every step of the way. You're not alone. This is a community where your voice is valued, your journey is respected, and your best days are still ahead. So grab a cup of tea, settle in, and let's embrace this beautiful season together. At 66, Eleanor had lived a rich life. She had raised a family, built a small business, and weathered her share of storms. But for years, she dressed in muted shades, beige gray navy, believing it was best not to draw attention. One day, on a whim, she bought a sapphire blue blouse. That evening, at a dinner with friends, something changed. Compliments poured in on her eyes, her glow, her energy. People leaned in, smiled wider. She hadn't changed her hair, her makeup, or her personality. All she changed was her color. This isn't magic. It's psychology and a powerful truth. The colors we wear don't just cover us. They communicate for us. They tell people how we feel, who we are, and how we see ourselves. And after 60, when society subtly suggests we fade into the background, choosing the right color becomes a small act of self-celebration. This isn't about chasing youth. It's about choosing vibrancy. It's about wearing shades that reflect the beauty, wisdom, and light you already carry. Whether you're drawn to deep reds, calming blues, or the elegance of ivory, know this: you don't need to be louder. You just need to be visible in a way that feels true to you. Because you are still here, still radiant, and every color you wear can be a quiet reminder to the world and to yourself that you have never been more worth noticing. Color is more than just decoration. It's a language, one that speaks to the world before you ever say a word. What message have your colors been sending? Science tells us that within just 7 seconds of meeting someone, their brain is already forming impressions. And one of the strongest cues in that moment is color. It's not always conscious, but it's powerful. The colors you wear can suggest warmth, strength, openness, elegance, or they can dull your light without you even realizing it. We see this play out everywhere. Why do fast food chains use red and yellow? Because red stimulates hunger and urgency, while yellow signals friendliness. Why do luxury brands lean into black and gold? Because they convey power, sophistication, exclusivity. These aren't accidents, they're emotional strategies. And if brands are using color to influence billions of dollars in decisions, imagine what the right shade could do for you. But this isn't about branding. It's about authenticity. It's about aligning your outward presence with your inner truth. You've lived too much life to hide in neutrals if they don't lift you. You've earned the right to be seen in colors that feel like joy, like serenity, like boldness, when you need it, and the beauty is you get to decide what that looks like. You get to experiment. You get to change your mind. Think of color as your personal energy field. It moves with you, reflects how you feel, and even shifts how others respond. And after 60, when confidence has taken root in experience rather than approval, color becomes less about impressing others and more about honoring yourself. Wearing the right color isn't vanity. It's voice. It's visibility. And it's a quiet, beautiful way to say, I'm still here, I'm still vibrant, I'm still me. There's a certain beauty that only comes with time. It's not the kind that blinks in youth or shouts to be seen. It's the kind that grows quietly, deeply, and radiantly. And yet so often this beauty is overlooked, even by the women who carry it after a certain age. Society whispers that we should shrink ourselves, tone down, fade into neutrals, and avoid too much color. But I believe the opposite is true. Now is the time to be seen, to be heard, to glow in your own unmistakable light. And Color Simple, Powerful Color can help you do just that. For many women, the idea of using color to stand out feels foreign. We've been taught to play it safe, to dress age appropriately, to lean into beige and navy and hide in the comfort of neutrals. But the truth is, color doesn't just brighten your outfit, it brightens your energy. It transforms the way people interact with you. And even more importantly, the way you interact with yourself. Every color carries a message. Red says power, blue says grace. Green says renewal. When you find the colors that align with who you are, you don't just look better, you feel stronger, more alive, more seen. You don't need to dress like someone else or try to recapture your 20s. You only need to uncover the palette that reveals the woman you are right now. Imagine stepping into a room and sensing that people are drawn to you not because you're trying to impress, but because you're in harmony with yourself. Your hair, your smile, your laughter, the way your blouse catches the light, they all speak the same language. Color doesn't need to be loud to be powerful. Sometimes it's the softest pink or the deepest green that says the most. Let's begin with red. Not the loud red of fire engines or flashing lights, but the red that lives in a glass of Merlot, the petals of a rose, or the warmth of a summer sunset. Red is primal. It stirs the heart and catches the eye. Studies have shown that both men and women perceive red as a color of vitality and confidence. But more than that, red reminds you that you are still vibrant, still passionate, still very much here. Whether it's a deep burgundy scarf or a bright ruby lipstick, wearing red isn't about seeking attention. It's about claiming your space. And then there is purple, a color once reserved for royalty, now quietly whispering wisdom and depth. Purple doesn't need to shout, it wraps around you like velvet, rich, layered, and intriguing. It speaks to creativity and independence, to the parts of yourself that have lived through many seasons and emerged with perspective. A plum blouse or a violet pendant might be all it takes to remind yourself and others that you are a woman of substance, not to be underestimated. Blue carries its own quiet magic. It is calm, trustworthy. Grounded blue reminds people of ocean breezes and endless skies. It softens your presence in the most elegant way. Women who wear blue are often seen as poised, competent, and serene. From the softest powder blue to deep navy, it flatters every skin tone and brings a touch of sophistication that never tries too hard. Wearing blue is like walking with grace. It's not about turning heads, but about turning up fully as yourself. Green, especially emerald green, is the color of growth, renewal, and natural beauty. It brings the freshness of spring and the depth of the forest. It tells the world that you are still evolving, still curious, still grounded in your own truth. Green connects you back to life, to nature, and to the parts of yourself that feel most alive. When you wear green, you don't just look refreshed, you feel it. Whether in a silky blouse, a pair of statement earrings, or a scarf draped just right, green becomes a kind of soft power, effortlessly drawing people closer. Soft blush pink is not just sweet. It is deeply powerful in its tenderness. It says, I am open. It says, I am comfortable in my skin. There's nothing childish about pink when worn with intention. In fact, it can be one of the most flattering and emotionally intelligent choices for a woman over 60. It brightens the skin, softens the face, and radiates warmth. Blush pink invites connection, making people feel safe, welcomed, and at ease in your presence. Whether it's a rose-toned scarf or a petal pink jacket, it reminds the world and you that femininity has no expiration date. Then there's gold. Metallics are often saved for special occasions. But what if every day of your life was special enough to shimmer? Gold speaks of confidence, of knowing your worth, of stepping out of the shadows and into your own light. You don't need to wear a sequined gown to channel gold's energy. A pair of gold hoop earrings, a bronze clutch, or a top with a subtle sheen can transform your entire mood. Gold doesn't beg for attention. It already knows it's worthy of being seen. Ivory and white are the colors of simplicity and strength. They strip away noise and reveal elegance. Unlike the starkness of pure white ivory, brings warmth, softness, and quiet refinement. These shades are timeless, not because they are neutral, but because they let you shine. A well-tailored ivory blazer or a crisp white shirt says, "I am clear, I am confident, I don't need embellishment to be complete." It's the kind of beauty that feels effortless, like a deep breath or a clear sky. And then there is black, often misunderstood. Black is not about hiding. Black is about power. It is about clarity, boundaries, and knowing who you are. When worn with intention, black becomes a canvas one that frames your face, highlights your eyes, and creates structure. It simplifies without diminishing. It commands without dominating. A little black dress, a classic pair of trousers, a structured coat. These pieces don't age. They evolve, just like you. The magic of color is that it's entirely yours to explore. You don't have to wear every shade at once. Start with a scarf, a pair of earrings, a lipstick. See how it feels to be seen. Notice how others respond, but more importantly, notice how you respond. Do you smile more? Do you walk taller? That's the power of color. It doesn't change you, it reveals you. As you begin to experiment, you may discover that certain colors make you feel more like yourself than you've felt in years. You may find that red makes you feel bold, that green gives you peace, or that purple helps you reconnect with your creativity. There's no right or wrong, only what brings you alive. And that's the point. You've spent your life nurturing others, building things, holding things together. Now it's your time to express, to take up space, to enjoy. The beauty of being over 60 is that you no longer dress for approval. You dress for authenticity. You don't need permission to shine, you've earned it. The colors you wear should reflect not just your appearance, but your spirit, bold, kind, wise, radiant. Whether you are heading to the grocery store, a dinner party, or a quiet walk through the park, your colors can carry a message. I am still here. I still love. I still dream. And I still deserve to be seen. So go to your closet tomorrow and try something unexpected. Pick up that red blouse you've been saving. Wrap yourself in emerald. Try a pair of gold earrings, just because. Not to impress anyone, but to honor the woman you become. Because color is not just something you wear. It's something you are. Finding the right colors for yourself isn't about following fashion rules or copying trends. It's about rediscovering what makes you feel vibrant, alive, and entirely at home in your own skin. After all, you've spent decades becoming the woman you are. You've earned the right to wear colors that reflect your essence, not the expectations of others. The most beautiful part of aging is that you no longer need to dress for approval. You get to dress for expression. But where do you start when you're unsure which colors truly suit you? The answer begins with understanding your skin's undertone. It's not just whether your skin is light or dark. It's the subtle warmth or coolness beneath the surface. You might have cool undertones if silver jewelry flatters you more than gold, or if your veins appear blue under natural light. Warm undertones, on the other hand, are more flattered by gold jewelry and often have greenish veins. If you find yourself looking good in both gold and silver, you may fall into the neutral category. Lucky you, most colors will suit you with the right balance. Once you know your undertone, the color world begins to open up. For cool-toned skin, shades like icy blues, emeralds, lavenders, and cherry reds are often incredibly flattering. They bring out the natural brightness in your skin and eyes. If your undertones are warm, you'll glow in earthy hues, like coral mustard, olive green, and warm browns. These colors bring out the warmth in your complexion and add a sun-kissed softness. For neutral tones, you have the flexibility to wear from both sides of the spectrum. Blush pink, teal, soft gray, or classic navy all fall beautifully into place. But beyond the science of undertones, color is also emotional. Think about how you feel in different colors. Do you feel bolder in red, softer in rose, stronger in navy? Sometimes, your reflection will tell you everything you need to know. The colors that make your skin glow, your eyes sparkle and your posture lift. Those are your colors. Try holding fabrics up to your face in natural daylight, with no makeup on. You'll see which shades bring life to your features, and which wash you out or highlight fatigue. The right colors won't just flatter your appearance, they'll resonate with your spirit. They'll feel like you. And as you explore, remember, you are not confined to one palette. You're dynamic, evolving, and allowed to change. The colors that suit you today might shift as your hair silverens, your style softens, or your personality expands in new directions. That's the beauty of being a woman who has grown into herself. You don't need to get it right. You only need to feel real. So, give yourself permission to play discover the colors that delight you. Because choosing colors isn't about impressing others, it's about expressing yourself. And there's no one better to do that than you. There is something deeply powerful about a woman who knows who she is and no longer feels the need to shrink herself. She doesn't wear color to be noticed. She wears it because she finally sees herself. Every line on her face, every silver strand of hair, every laugh that has echoed through decades has shaped her into a woman of quiet strength and extraordinary beauty. And now, instead of softening or stepping back, she chooses to step forward, not louder, just brighter, more herself. Color becomes part of that reclamation. It's not about covering up age or pretending to be someone else. It's about showing up fully. It's about standing in the mirror and thinking, this is me, and I like what I see. Whether it's the boldness of red, the calm of blue, or the elegance of ivory, the shades you wear are reflections of your story. They highlight the resilience in your eyes, the softness in your smile, the energy that still pulses beneath the surface. You don't need to be younger to be radiant. You don't need to be smaller to take up space. And you certainly don't need to dim your light to make others comfortable. This is your season to shine in, the way only you can. So wear the colors that make you feel strong, beautiful, and aligned with who you are today. Not for anyone else's approval, but for your own joy, because you right now are already enough, and the world is better when you let your light, your color be seen. Thank you so much for spending your time with us today. We hope this video brought a little light insight or comfort to your day. Every moment you share here means so much, and we're honored to be a part of your journey. Remember, this chapter of life is full of wisdom, beauty, and new beginnings, and you deserve to enjoy every bit of it. If you found this helpful, we'd love for you to subscribe and join our growing community of strong, inspiring women. There's so much more to explore together. More stories, more tips, and more heartwarming encouragement made just for you. Take care, and we'll see you in the next video.